tonight I'm going to game. Last night, it didn't turn out too well. This was the plan for last night until I got caught up. As always. So I am gaming tonight. Let me mute that. The drone is back up. The Triton. I just finished watching Tusi. All right. Just getting set up. Time to chill out. Right, there's another pop out. Hello, Helmet. And thank you for the... Oh, I'll just say it. Thank you for the emails. And hello, Tammy. Hold on. I'm just getting all set up here. Also, even though it was just qualifying rounds, wow. The women's hockey team did a whipping to the Canadian team. It was almost embarrassing. And yeah, they're missing their captain. But my God, I watched it and I fell asleep. But that was really that was an ugly game for the Canadian women's team. The hockey, oh my gosh, they should be embarrassed. 5-0 shutout. But they can get this sweet little revenge in probably the game for the gold between the USA and Canada. So they may have lost the battle, but they can still win the war. But they didn't look good today. The Canadian team did not look good at all. I mean, I was expecting something closer because they usually have close games, but that was brutal. I mean, really, that was brutal. But they can still play each other for the gold, so let's not get too excited. Okay. I spoke with a friend, and I'm not going to get too much caught up into this conversation right now. I spoke to a friend, and he said the Roosevelt, the carrier, is heading back to the Middle East. That's what he told me. Take that for what it's worth, but this was not Commander. This was someone else. That he spoke to some contacts, and he believes it's the Roosevelt heading back to the Middle East. Take that for what it's worth. Again, that's what a friend told me on the phone earlier. Who knows? And I'm sure many of you were watching Tusi. Welcome back, Lorenzo. I'm sure many of you were watching Tusi. I mean, another meeting next week. Can we stop it? I know they're probably doing, and I keep saying this every night. It's a delay tactic. We're still sending assets into the area. We're sending the other carrier. Even the president said we may send another carrier. No, not that we may send. Trust me, there's one already on the way. It's just a matter of which one it is. Because like I said, I made a phone call to someone in the know. And he contacted people that he knows. And I just spoke to him literally 10 minutes ago. Are you sure? He says, Bill, this is what they, what I'm hearing. It's the Roosevelt. I said, you sure it's not the Bush? And he said the Bush is in maintenance. And he also said what is it? The Stennis is getting ready to do training exercises. Is it the Stennis? I can't remember. I mean, there were fireworks, but that was for their 47th celebration. There may be fireworks. I mean, how many times are we going to say it? Remember, in the United States, this weekend is a 3-day weekend. Let's not forget that. It is a 3-day weekend. It's President's Day Monday. I'm just saying. Are we going to wait for another meeting? Maybe. As Tusi said, it could be. But I'm hearing some stuff behind the scenes that I'm like, wow, I know it's driving everyone nuts. What's up, Bob? Bob, that Canadian hockey team looked terrible today. I mean, they can still play for the gold, and it probably will be against the U.S., but they looked horrific. They looked flat. They were outplayed the entire game. The United States were doing amazing passing. They weren't good on the power play. But boy, oh boy, they looked bad. The Canadian hockey team for the Olympics looked bad. I was expecting a closer game than 5-0. I don't even know if the Canadians ever had a game where they didn't score a goal. They were pathetic. But they may have lost the battle, like I just said a few minutes ago, but they can still win the war by getting the gold. I have no idea, Lorenzo. Someone indicated that he's in the middle of a move to another location and he'll be back when he can. That's what someone mentioned. And, I'm going based on what someone said in the chat. Okay. And what's up, Belmont? So again, my plan is to game. I said that last night and it went off the rails. Netanyahu already landed about an hour and a half ago. So he's here for tomorrow, 11 a.m. My friend also said, because he's a friend of mine, he's a veteran, and I'm not going to say anything more about him. And he said, Bill, they're not going to take questions tomorrow. I don't think they're going to take questions from the press either tomorrow. I'm going to keep an eye on it. I'm going to get up and start streaming early to see if they cover it at whitehouse.gov, or I'm on TikTok, so Tuba the U. And we'll see how that plays out. And hello, Ada. And the constant rhetoric is sickening already. It's sickening. It's really tiresome how they're trying to prompt themselves up with missiles and this and all the talk and AI videos that look worse than an Xbox original game. A friend of mine, Dusty, that comes in, he told me, Bill, there's a problem with one of the planes coming into Qatar. It was a super galaxy, but it did land, but there was a problem. There was an emergency on it earlier, about 4 hours ago. Let me see if we're hearing any more stupid rhetoric. Oh, of course, they don't stop. And when Tusi was live earlier, I tried to let him know about that President Trump said A reporter asked him, "Are you now saying that Iran has to give up its ballistic missile program?" Yes, and they can't have nuclear weapons. So it looks like before Netanyahu arrives, he's already on the same page about the missile program. We'll see. And then it said, Axios said that the president is considering deploying a second aircraft carrier to the Middle East. Trust me, he's not thinking about it. It's done. Remember what he said a few days ago? And there's more ships on the way. They'll be there in a few days. Well, and like I said, I spoke to someone literally 15 minutes ago. He told me it's the Roosevelt. I don't know. That's what he told me. I'm just letting you all know. He told me it's the Roosevelt carrier. And then, I mean, they keep saying the same thing, the foreign minister. If the U.S. attacks, we will strike American bases and assets in our region, everything they have. But I'm a man of diplomacy and prefer diplomacy to war. It is so monotonous. I can't even take it anymore. Really. And that's posted everywhere. And this is Netanyahu arriving earlier. I know it looks small. It's on the phone. Hold on. It's not on. It's Telegram. Hold on. It's an 11-second clip.
What is that?
Okay. So he is here. So Netanyahu is here. You know, I know we were speculating about, is he going to really leave Israel? With everything going on? Well, he did. And he's here. And you can bet as soon as he's done with that meeting, he's going to go right back. He's not going to hang around. I don't know if the airspace in Iran is closed. I'm looking at, before I came in, I was looking at the drone. The Triton is back up. And I'll share the screen. That's what I was looking at before I came on. But there was a problem with a C5 Super Galaxy earlier coming into Qatar. It was in the red. There was an emergency, but it landed, thank God. I mean, we can look at the past flights. And it was probably this one. Yep, it was that one, the C5. And my friend Dusty said, Bill, there's a problem, there's an emergency on the plane coming into Qatar, and it was this one. But like I said, thank God it landed. I don't know what the emergency was. We'll take a look. Nothing, unless Iran were to do something. Alexa, turn on living room light.
Okay.
I mean, it's actually pretty quiet. This is the military, the transponder stuff. This is, don't read too much into this. There's another C-17 coming in. They just keep coming in. But they may not be coming in here now. Remember where J.D. Vance is. We have to keep an eye on Armenia and... I'm just reading what you guys... Okay. I mean, they could be going in here, north of Iran. Azerbaijan and Armenia, he was there. They might be thinking about putting some assets to the north. which doesn't surprise me now. You might see more going into this area now. Really. From the north. Because you can't count on the Saudis, you can't count on the Qataris, you can't count on any of them when it comes to their airspace. I know they're saying the UAE, you can't. Because they might play the game, oh, you can't use our airspace game. Screw that. Really, screw that. And I'm going to tell you, I know a lot of people, whatever they think about Lindsey Graham. Lindsey's right. Screw these allies. When you need them, they're not to be found. If they're not going to toe the line and get in line, then what sense of an ally is that? Jordan is the only true ally in the region. Jordan. I mean, it's ridiculous. And I get it. They have to worry about their countries being attacked. I get all that. And, you know, they have to be concerned about their own people, etc. But my gosh, we can't depend on that. We can't depend on them to use their airspace. And that can't be something that holds us back from doing an operation. So we have to find other ways. And coming from the north, coming from the west, from the Mediterranean, coming from the south, the Arabian Sea, I won't even say the Gulf of Oman because that's too close. That makes more sense. It could provoke them to start it. And maybe that's what they want. Maybe that's what they want. They want Iran to start first. Who knows? I don't know. Anybody's guess. It's all on the table. I mean, who knows? And I said that yesterday. All eyes are on Netanyahu. What happens in D.C. tomorrow? My friend, but again, I'm not going to get into his background, which is quite extensive. Veteran. He says it could pop off this weekend. Bill, don't be surprised something goes on this weekend. Because it's a 3-day holiday. It's a holiday weekend. I forgot it's President's Day Monday. He said, I know what you're doing covering Iran. He doesn't really watch, but he knows what I'm doing. Because I let him know. He says, watch out for this weekend. But we've been saying that for the last few weeks. Saying next weekend, next weekend, next weekend. So who knows? Yeah, a lot of people are frustrated about that too, the constant deal talk. But again, oh my God, how many times can I say it? It could be on purpose. It's a ploy. It's a distraction. It's to buy time, not for Iran, but for us. I mean, really. And that's what it comes down to. So, we're all going to have to just sit back and see how this all plays out. And that's why I read that, and I'm not going to read it again, that think tank article about you have to have a carrier. And there's always been a presence in the region for like really decades. They've always had a presence. Well, all of a sudden it was empty. And then they got to rush the assets into the area. There are quite a few of the carriers undergoing maintenance, which I had the conversation with him. He said one is about to be redeployed for training. I think it's called the Stennis. I think it's what he mentioned. I'm not going to bring him on because I don't want people to identify him. It's not Commander. It's somebody else. I don't think he wants to be identified. So who knows? Yeah, Sean, I was watching that actually earlier. So who knows? Who knows? And somebody made a great point in chat earlier. What happened June 13th of last year, and what day did that fall on? Friday the 13th Well, what's this Friday? The 13th? Friday the 13th again. No, Commander will come back. He's just busy. And I'm not going to call him now. He's definitely agreed to come back at some point. Yeah, Stepa, like I said, unconfirmed. I'm just going based what my friend said. He believes it's the Roosevelt carrier, because there's another Roosevelt. It's there already. That the Roosevelt is on its way to the Middle East. I was thinking it was the Bush, but maybe not. Who knows? Did I watch the Catherine Schechter? Is that the link that you put in there? Because the name doesn't ring a bell. And I'm going to slide it over so nobody sees it. Oh, that's the UU one. Yeah, that was that yesterday? I think that was yesterday. I don't know, Sean. I'm not familiar. You might want to put the link. If it's that one, if it was the one, you got to share the link, because I'm maybe getting confused with somebody else. Because someone interviewed him from Europe, and I was like, how disgusting of an interview that was. That woman was on the rooftop yelling in support of the Iranian regime. I thought that was hilarious. Oh, Tusi, yeah. And people, not for nothing. There is such disrespect to Tusi in that chat. He's lucky I'm not a mod. And I know his policy is to allow everybody to have free speech and all that. But my God, some of the people in there are just awful. Awful. And I can't say the word because I'm on TikTok right now. Because it's one of the words that gets me banned for 2-3 days at a time when I say it. So Stepper says if they're waiting for the next carrier to get into position, it would be next weekend. Not based on what my friend told me. He said it's already been on the move. He said it will be there in a few days. It's not what my friend said, but he may be wrong. I mean, he's just telling me what he heard. Who knows? As I did call him before I came, I said, "You sure?" Because I'm going to go live and I'm going to talk about it. He said, "Bill, this is what I'm hearing from the people I know." So take that with how Tusi says it, a pinch of salt. I say grain of salt, but who knows? So I guess tomorrow we'll go live in the morning. And we'll keep an eye if we get anything coming out post meeting. I'm pretty certain, because I never seen the president not do it yet. Not taking questions is one thing, because last week he didn't do it during the signing. And there was another thing. He didn't do it. Oh, yeah, the cabinet meeting. And then it was signing something into law. And he didn't take questions. I truly believe he'll make a statement with Netanyahu tomorrow, but I would not be surprised. They just walk off, not taking any questions tomorrow. I may be wrong. I hope they do take questions. And being that the Israeli press will be there, and you know how our press is, would they? I don't know. They're not going to say much. And I've heard that too. that there won't be any military action during the Olympics. I mean, anything you guys say is possible. Really. Anybody reaching a conclusion, it does make sense. Hello, Moses. Interviewed the Jewish woman who converted to Islam. Man. Oh, I did not see that. I heard about that. Yes, I heard about that. I don't know if Tusi mentioned it or Goldie, but I remember now that you give me a little context. I do remember. I did not see the interview though, but I know who you're talking about. I just didn't know her name. I'm feeling good. I just took a little hour power nap, came out, took a shower, sitting here drinking coffee, feeling pretty good. And hello to those on TikTok. I see Nick, Motown, Rice Snake, anyone who's watching over there. I don't know. What's up, Master? Oh, let me get that link because I do want to see that. Thank you, Sean. I checked all the emails. I'm caught up. I think some people were still using the old email because someone wasn't happy earlier today. That email is changed. That is not the email now. This is the email now. I've got to give this a thumbs up because I've got to watch that later. I do want to watch that. So there you go. Let's see what you guys are saying. And I want to thank those who have emailed me. Yeah, that is. Bud Guy is correct. You know, if you enter a Muslim community, you'll hear that term. That is a known phrase. So, what is the link on TikTok? Okay, I would have to go. Shit, what is it? Because I'm using TikTok Studio, so I have to actually go to TikTok. I think it's Night Sky Zero. Let me verify that. Let me bring this over here. I think that's what it is. TikTok is one of those things you got to be really mindful of what you're saying. Because it is, I can't say that word. Even though I'm always 18 plus on there, it's still ridiculous. It is. So I'm live there right now. Oh, Bean, you're not too old. You're welcome, Moses. And I like now they delayed my thing. I'm so upset. It's not gonna get here for maybe 2 weeks. What I made yesterday. Then I'm gonna hang up behind me. And I know a lot of people ain't gonna like it. It's too bad. It's my house. My rules. It goes up behind me. It's gonna be two by 3. No, actually I changed the dimensions. 20 inches by 30 inches. So it's gonna fit perfectly because that's 34 inches. That door, the width, it's gonna fit perfectly right there. That, as a poster, right there. That's where that's going, right there, when it arrives. You can bet on that. The timing might be interesting when that goes up too. Mark says, I think we will be too overwhelming for the IGC to carry out a viable mission after we strike. Look, that's the plan. That is the plan. You're trying to minimize any counter retaliatory from Iran. You want to decimate them as much as possible. Why do you think you're bringing all this firepower and also defense countermeasures in place? It's going to be, like I said it last night, some people who are younger, this may be something they've never witnessed. And in this day and age, with videos coming out, photos, all that. Like I said, I'm old enough, and I was a teenager, hanging out with my friends in my house when we seen what happened in Baghdad. And of all places, it was CNN with Bernard Shaw. I could still see him in my mind, an African American journalist doing the coverage. And we were like, whoa. This is going to be a whole lot different. This isn't Iraq. And like some people like to bring up, this is not Afghanistan. This is not Iraq. This is going to be something you've never witnessed before. So those who try to throw Afghanistan, how did that work out for you? Or Iraq, how did that work out for you? Well, get ready for this one. Get ready for this one. We didn't, for the Persian Gulf, the Kuwait, the Gulf War, there was a lot of assets there. This is going to be massive. Massive. Oh, that's the drone. The drone just went off. And, wishful thinking is wishful thinking. You can wish whatever the hell you want to wish. Good luck. Overload is still there. That was the other plane that was heading toward Azerbaijan or Armenia. The drone is still there. It's 4:30 in the morning in Tehran now. Nothing's going to happen. Look, this is always there in Iran. Always there. C-17. This looks like a clipper. That's the one I think Tusi was talking about. Oh, no, that's another C-17. They just keep coming. They just keep coming. And going. It's unbelievable. It really is unbelievable. That looks like a C5 going back. It is. It's unbelievable how much they're moving into the region. And it just doesn't stop. So, I don't think they realize another one. This one looks like it's just taking off. That's not far from my house. What the hell? That could be some spoofing too, but what does it say? Rod? Rod. That could be anything. Could be refueling. The hell is that? That left Jersey. Oh, what is this? Team. What is this? Royal? The Pegasus. Interesting how this one lined up here. It's not giving me a track. Come on. What did the other one do? There's Team 47, Team 46. That one stayed there. This one came out. Wow. I mean, this is just nonstop. This is just nonstop. DC 22. Come on, don't do that. Another C-17? Oh, that's a Boeing. Interesting. This might be one coming back. That's Rod. It is a super galaxy. Let me see if we can pick it. Oh, that might be just taking off. Yeah, that's the one we looked in Connecticut. Or Massachusetts, I mean. Springfield. That one's just, that's the one that was just like circling. Why would a super galaxy do that? There's so much going on, people. There really is. All right, let me see what you guys are writing. I'm all for the poster. It really looks totally awesome. It's beautiful. I think you should put some kind of spotlight over it too. Well, if it's behind me on the door, I can zoom in using my Elgato, but BB is going to meet up with Trump. Yep. He said we won't attack. Yep. He arrived like 2 hours ago. It's 11 o'clock tomorrow morning Eastern. 6 p.m. in Israel. Your time. If you're in Israel. The Iran drone must have went into hiding. I haven't seen it either. But that doesn't mean it's not there. Its transponder could be off. Just because you don't see it doesn't mean it's not there. We're going to all be so sleep deprived when and if it all kicks off. I know. I have to actually go out tomorrow and buy at least a 6-pack of Red Bull. I'm going to need... I didn't do that. That means the transponder went off, whatever we were tracking probably. Because I didn't do that. I just saw that disappear. Let's check the UK. I mean, just to think how these super galaxies just keep coming back and forth. It's unbelievable. It's leaving Spain. It's amazing. It really is amazing how much they're bringing into the region. It is, like we were having this discussion, it takes months. Just think what they've done in 3 weeks. It's unbelievable. Look at them. They just keep going back and then they keep coming. More C-17s heading back. And more come over. It's like nonstop. It's unbelievable. Overlord is going over by the strait now. Overload is making its way. I don't want to look. If I had to guess at altitude, 46,000, maybe 47,000. 46,000. Yeah, I gotta stock up. I mean, really. I'm not gonna want to leave the house. I want to be covering it as much as possible. And you guys are gonna have to help me. If you would like to. Because there's gonna be so much coming from so many different sourcing. It's gonna be chaotic. Reports coming out of Israel, reports coming out of Jordan, reports coming out of Iran from people taking videos, and reports coming from everywhere. It's going to be hard to vet it, because that's a problem. Vetting the credibility. That's a big problem. Oh God, he's over there somewhere sleeping. Let's not get Tycho all worked up. I do not take donations. I do not want money. There's no super chat here. We do it for a cause. You do not. We're not doing it for that. I appreciate it, but no, we're not doing it for that. I think, and I had this discussion before, like I have people that I know. And I will bring Commander on again. At some point, it's about helping the people of Iran. And God only knows, we don't know what the outcome is going to be, but what? Are you streaming on 2 channels? I'm actually on 4. 1, 2, 3. Oh no. 5. I'm streaming to 5 places right now. What did I miss? You didn't miss much, Sacred. I know the Iron Dome will sure be tested. So will Iron Beam. Let's not forget about Iron Beam. And yes, TikTok, I am watching you. I'm not ignoring you on TikTok. Book of Face, I'm not paying attention to what could be going on over there. Even with 4 monitors, it's tough. And this is the one that they've been working on. Iron Beam. And I've never seen this. Videos, the Times of Israel, so I don't know if we'll just check it out. Not gonna put audio because, so this is Iron Beam. Now, I know they were saying it was part of some kind of a light show in Tel Aviv, but do you remember seeing beams from buildings? Maybe someone in Israel can confirm those were just normal lasers that they were using? Or could we have seen maybe this and they just didn't publicize it? I don't know. Totally speculating. But this is Iron Beam. It's almost like they mimicked the Iranian capability. Really, it looks like they mimicked it to use it because those are the ones that are going to be coming in. What a better way to test it than what they use against you? So yeah, this is a video, Times of Israel. I can't go cray-cray. But that's Iron Beam. Let's see. Air base in Cyprus is worth keeping an eye on. Yes, especially the RAF. Especially the RAF. Because it's in Cyprus. It's right there. Exactly, to the laser systems that we have on the ships. See, these are a lot of things that people may not be aware of. Beam. Are invisible to human, aren't they? Maybe I'm wrong. Syntrasonic, that's a great question. Unless they're using IR or something to... That's a really good question. And like somebody mentioned, so much for my plan to game. I just hope I don't have to pay for this. Just to give you a little insight on what someone mentioned in chat. U.S. Navy Helios laser weapon. Directed energy. And didn't we hear somebody in the administration bring up directed energy weapons? Was it Pete Hegseth? I know somebody said it in the last week or so. So I think Syntrasonic, this could be just visual. I don't think that's actual. I don't know about the Israeli video, but that's just a graphic. You know what I mean? So just remember, like, who was it? Bean that brought this up in chat? Navy isn't betting everything on lasers, but the Helios fits neatly into a layered defense approach, giving commanders more options when traditional weapons might be excessive or inefficient. And we can... I don't know if this is... We could try. This looks like something out of a freaking movie, right? Look at this. Can you... But I wonder how long, and I don't know if they're going to say it, how long before the laser actually... Is it a few seconds before it intercepts? Does it have to stay focused on the object for, say, 5 seconds, 10 seconds? Do you know what I mean? Just curiosity. And that's probably something that we're not going to know. Maybe they'll say something about it, but... That makes sense. That makes sense. I would have them on the sides, too. Just saying, I would have it around the entire ship. if it was logistically possible, I want it on the sides, too. Everywhere. But I'm sure they got it covered. Because it's rotational, you know. But still, I like things in excess, in excess. That looks wild, right? Check out Dragonfire. Yeah, they have to heat the target. That's what I'm saying, Syntrasonic. But how long does it take for it to take it down? And it's amazing how compact it is, right? And allegedly, the Chinese, there's talk that the Chinese might provide some low cost, high yield stuff to Iran. That's all speculation. That is unconfirmed. Oh, that would be helpful. I gotta wonder though, how much has this been implemented? So they probably work in tandem. That is wicked looking, if that's actual. It's got a filter on it. So yeah, that's. Somebody said that's a long video. Oh my gosh. We can't put the audio because I'll get hit. Someone said this. I want to see what this is all about. Dragonfire, you said? We're at Dokkan 3. Don't expect anything. 5 seconds? Is that what it is? It's 5 seconds? That's what you heard? That is true. Excellent point, Syntosonic. Probably a few variables involved. Target, thickness, composition, etc. That's an excellent point. It's an excellent point. I want to see what this is. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I wonder if, because the president did make a reference, there may be some new things out there. This would be definitely part of it. Uh-oh. By 2027. Actually, I'm going to do that after I swap it over. It's been in development since 2017. Oh, we need to see this video. Oh, that's to read more. Damn, I wanted to go to TikTok. So this is a UK weapon. So it looks like they're working on something similar. If that's what I'm getting from this, right? Read more. Interesting. Okay. One of NATO's most advanced direct energy weapon programs. That's interesting. That is interesting. It's the UK version. So yeah, there is a lot of that chatter out there that ships are already equipped with direct energy weapons. Well, we might find out soon enough. Yes, we might find out soon enough. Where did the drone go? I don't. It changed over from Overlord to this now. We haven't seen the. Could you imagine the Iranian drone coming out? I don't think anything would happen with Netanyahu here in the States unless something triggered. I wonder if our railgun program was truly shut down. I wouldn't buy into that either. Remember, in the budget, he wants to add $500 billion. Extend the defense. That's pretty much like almost. It was almost at a. What was it? It's a lot now. But he wants to increase it more. We'll be seeing a lot of unclassified weapons from both sides. What happened to the old original one they developed? It was called Laws or something. I heard about that one for a few years. I'm not familiar, to be honest. Sonic. I'm not familiar. I would love for but I don't want my friend. He doesn't want to come on like to be identified. Maybe at some point he will. This isn't Commander, but I would love for him to come on and talk about stuff. How much? 892.6 billion. Wow. That's a lot of money invested. That's a lot of money. Let me see if anything crazy is going on. Because they never stop. It's 8:30. Maybe they finally went to bed. Uh-oh, Tim sent the message. Oh, that was from earlier. Uh-oh. What is that? Oh, that's a host. Let me see. No, all is quiet. All is quiet. As far as Telegram, it's quiet. What's going highest in the world by a long shot, yeah. And he wants to increase it. Okay, let me check. I really want a game. That was the plan. It really was. Oh my God, Greg. I'm sorry. I apologize for not seeing TikTok. Let me see what you're saying, Greg. I apologize. And what's up, Storm Chaser? So my apologies to those on TikTok. I was caught up in the research of things. I'm going to catch up to what they're saying in here. Lasers are being used for missile defense. We use a high-speed 30 kilowatt laser at work. Cuts through 1-inch plate of steel in seconds. Speed of light, laser filter UV. This will be the year more toys are used by DoD. Mind-blowing stuff. They have improved it much better. I'm not ignoring you guys. You was trimming trees. So Greg, thank you for that insight if you're still there on TikTok. I'll ignore Nick on TikTok. Storm Chaser, you got to do something about your power issues in Maryland, bro. You're always losing power. Cutting trees might be the answer. Trimming trees. You know what I'm saying? All right. I'm messing with you, Nick. I'm messing with you. I was going to do something else and I totally forgot now. Oh, yeah. They don't know if it's night or day down in the bunker. Oh, my God. If we keep him in the bunker too long, he might turn out looking like one of these. A gray from lack of sunlight. Oh, my God. He's going to start shriveling up and turning gray. You got what? You got TS Twin don't give 21-year clash. I don't know what you mean by that. Um, anyone want turkey? Just pull out of the. Oh no! I'm just letting you know I'm live.
I'm sorry?
I'm live.
No, I'm lying. What?
Do I need to mute?
Yeah.
Hold on. I'll be right back. Okay. I had to take that call. That was important. Work related. All right. Yeah, he already looks very pasty, doesn't he? What is this turkey? Uncle Tank, stop making us hungry with food. I'm still eating my chili mac from yesterday. Earlier today, I saw a UK drone from Cyprus area to Rafah crossing. Not sure of the mission for that. That drone has been there from time to time. We can go there to Cyprus. It does appear from time to time. I actually saw it I think I saw it this morning as well. Because it comes out of here. We can actually look. As it might tell us. I don't know which one it was though. More landings. I think it was this one. I'm not sure. Could be this one too. It's not going to show us. I think it might have been this one. No, it wasn't that one. But yeah, I saw it. I just don't remember. But yeah, that's not uncommon that you'll see that. There's actually a lot of activity that comes out of the RAF. But the crazy thing is all of this movement. The C-17s, the C-5s. I mean, it is so active. And it has been for weeks. It's amazing. Look at this. They're coming in. They're going back. Another C-17 coming in. Another one leaving. Another one leaving. And there's more on the way. And there's more super galaxies on the way. And either it's Ramstein or somewhere from the UK, even Scotland, Spain. They're coming from all over the place. I mean, this is a super galaxy heading back to the States. This is a big boy. It just left Spain. It's about to go up and across. Sometimes you can see the entire line. Okay. Okay, let me just check something again. Let's see what's going on. They were doing something, maybe training like somebody mentioned yesterday. But this one's Team 46 and here's Team 47. I mean, are they fueling stuff coming over? I mean, it's anybody's guess, but a lot has been going on. Team stayed over Jersey. But that's a big boy tanker. There's two out here. Look at this. Team 45, Team 46, and the other one is overland. Team 47. They're all Pegasus. Tankers. And now they look like they might be either doing this circle oh, I don't know. What is this? That looks like a super galaxy. Nope, it's a tanker. Oops. Another tanker. Another C-17 on the way. It's just non-stop. There was a super galaxy here, but it might have turned its transponder off. What is team? Is that the one? No, that's a tanker. It was up here in Springfield, Massachusetts. It's not, it may have landed. It's probably what it did. It landed back. I have a base near me. It's been quiet the last few days. They probably all left already. And you can see daylight is approaching. What is it? 5 a.m.? Alexa, what time is it in Tehran?
It's 5:04 a.m. in Tehran right now.
Yeah, the drone is busy. The drone's going to be out there. I'll wake up tomorrow. The drone will still be out there. Whoa, it's spoofing. That was interesting how Tusi picked up on that. How the Poseidon went into Iranian airspace and then... Oh, you see, I had a feeling it was going to do that. All right, come on. When you see the line disappear, it's like right there. It's literally crossed over into airspace. The line is consistent. What is going on? It's getting a little close, if that's accurate. Usually when it's solid, when it turns black, then you say, I'm not so sure about that. But where's that drone going? Oh, it looks like it froze, so maybe it's just... Yeah, it might be spoofing. It's funny that we don't see the Iranian drone. What's the altitude? 46,000. I gotta refresh. It doesn't look like we may lose it. Okay, what is that? That's not okay. See, it does. It's froze. It looks like we're going to get it to move again. Can you imagine? I just want to try it. I don't think it's going to work. I don't think it's going to work. The 3D view. I didn't think it was going to work. It's like right on the line. But it's not moving. That thing is definitely going to come back and check this out and check all this out too, because their naval base. You can see the sun is rising. Right there. Starting. Look, I'll keep an eye. What's going on in here now? I gotta catch up to you guys. Oh, you haven't lost power in 3 days? Yeah, the movement of the C-17s is insane. It's unbelievable. Oh my God, Uncle Tank, you're making me hungry again. I'm from Scotland. We got good army, but yeah. All signs point to command gearing up for a major operation. Nothing like this has been seen in our modern era. I think something much bigger than Iran. Eugene, I agree. I agree with you. Trump's training up on Team 47. Hey, I was saying that yesterday. Today, well, it's now technically Wednesday in Iran, the 47th anniversary. And 47 is meeting with Netanyahu on, when it's our Wednesday, on their 47. I'm not playing the numerology game, but it is interesting. And when, Alexa, June 13th of 2025, did that fall on a Friday?
Yes, June 13th, 2025 will be a Friday.
Will be a Friday or was a Friday? That's the question. Well, Friday is Friday the 13th again. And it's a 3-day weekend. President's Day Monday. Just saying. Oh, man. Testing targeting radar systems. I know, I was supposed to play my Hawx. I was going to definitely pretend to be a pilot and taking down. But they don't have much anyway. It's not like the game. What do they got? Phantoms, F4s. What do they got in their arsenal of whatever left of their Air Force is left? They ain't got much. It's not impressive, to say the least. Oh my gosh. Anyway, we hunting rabbits. Some Elmer Fudd stuff, sacred. Also, Iran people insult to the regime a lot. And they are so mad. Did you see it? But it was Persian language. Well, Tusi covered what was going on during the fireworks. You could hear the people louder than actually the sounds of the fireworks. Javid Shah, they were saying all that. I got to be careful because I'm on TikTok. No, actually, Becky, when the 12-day started, it started on Friday the 13th last year. This Friday is Friday the 13th. Just saying. It's in the refrigerator. You got to heat it up. Yep, kid was watching it and it stuck in my head. John is busy. Mod on Goldies. Well, like I said, Tusi, Goldie, Armin, because you can't depend on the mainstream media. These are the sourcing that you get the information. It's as simple as that. I mean, really. So they deserve a lot of credit for what they do. You got TS. I don't get what that means. Let's see what's going on here. Knuckles says lots of jets today constantly. Not normal here. Without getting into specifics, Knucklehead, are you in the U.S.? And what state, if you are, or where are you that you say you had a lot of jets today constantly? Don't, just be general. Oh my gosh, reliable sources. Ugh. Even I said that earlier, and Tusi was like, sources, I'm not a fan of that. Sources. Unnamed sources or reliable sources or officials say. Oh. Hello, Ashkan. So, Knuckle, if you're still there, let me know. I'm trying to monitor all the chats as best as I can. Anyway, let me check something. Let me bring this over here. Let's see if there's anything new. I'm going to see what the pro-regime outlet is saying. Old. This one might not be old. He knows where I am. A lot of old news. They're talking about when Netanyahu landed. Nothing really new is coming out. Other than what Tusi covered. It's disgusting. When you see like the images and photos and video of people who have lost their lives in Iran, it is gut-wrenching, to say the least. She's up now, folks. Yes, Mom.
You know what? Taco is sent something, and he's going crazy. They're going back and forth.
He probably senses an animal outside.
Oh, or maybe a little mouse or something.
Whatever it is, he's sensing something, yes.
Yeah, he's sensing something. Right. Here he goes. No.
Mom, I'm live.
What happened, Taquito?
Yeah, I'm not seeing anything new as far as news. Like I said, Tusi pretty much caught up a lot what was going on. I would suggest you go watch Tusi's last stream. I mean, I'll put this. This is part of what was going on. These are some of the things I visit. This is pro-regime. I try to stay away from it, but I like to keep an eye on it. I think Tusi probably showed this. they're not just saying long live the Shah. They're saying something else when you hear Khomeini. And I'm on TikTok, but you can use your imagination on what they're actually saying. I mean, you know what else? You know what else they're saying. But other than that, I'm not seeing much information like new, so that's why I'm not going to focus on it. And now they wrote what they're saying. Here's another. I'm on TikTok. It's something I don't even know if it's possible. And people were chanting everywhere. I mean, here's another one of those type of videos. I don't think I'll get slammed for this one.
نمایش جمهوری اسلامی در شب 22 بهمن غرب تهران.
مرگ بر خامنه ای، مرگ بر خامنه ای.
کل مجتمع غرب تهران دارن شعار میدن.
جاویدچا جاویدچا جاویدچا، مرگ بر جمهوری اسلامی کثافت. جاویدچا
همه بچه ها رو کشتن به مناسبت 22 بهمن ننگینشون بود. این همه تعداد کشتاری که داشتن میدون شهریار مادریش
مرگ بر خامنه ای قاتل، جاوید شاه، مرگ بر دیکتاتور، مرگ بر دیکتاتور.
You know what that means, sir, when they say dictator. I can't say it on TikTok, but you guys, again, can use your imagination. So, you get the idea of what was going on by the people while they were doing the fireworks. You know what I would do? I would know exactly where these pockets were where they're doing the fireworks. I would make note of that. I have to tell you that I know I can't stand about the sourcing. I that drives me beyond. When you hear sources say, officials say, well, name the source, name the official. But we don't want to give out our sources. I've seen that at hearings here in the United States. Actually, there was a UAP hearing, the UFO stuff, and they had a person who's a reporter who had a source who he claimed was a whistleblower, and he couldn't reveal the source because that would give up who the whistleblower was. Okay, let's see what you guys. Only you can see is what IRGC need to see. I want to see something else. I think this is important. It's global. That's old. I'm seeing if there's anything new. There's a big rally worldwide Saturday. LA, Toronto. I know there's one in Germany. Quite a few. See, the thing is, there's a lot of old stuff. And again, this is, I'll play this. Oh my, she's too much with this.
ראש הממשלה, אם תתמוך בכל הסכם של הנשיא טראמפ עם איראן.
תודה רבה, חבר'ה.
So that's when Netanyahu landed a few hours ago. So basically, this is what tomorrow 11 a.m. local time here, East Coast. So that's, I think a lot of people are focusing on this tomorrow and see how this develops. But we won't find out much, if I had to guess. And I'm going to put this up because I do enjoy doing this in dedication. Especially with Netanyahu landing. I think it's time. You know what time it is, right? I just hope I picked the right song. It is AI music, but I wrote the lyrics. was on. The amp. The pedal. The pedal was on for the guitar. I have a few that I've written for Iran. It's AI, of course, but I write the lyrics. All the lyrics are mine, so I have absolute ownership of my music. It's incredible how AI has come so far, though. It's kind of scary in a lot of other ways, too. It really is. Where'd the drone go? The drone usually doesn't turn its transponder off. Remember it froze? I knew it was going to disappear. I want to keep an eye on that. You could see it's almost sunrise is approaching. In about 14 hours here, they'll meet. I do use Suno. Sintra. Sonic. I do. Like I said, I write the lyrics and then I create the genre and stemming and all that other good stuff. If you're familiar with it. Like I wrote this one. I have a few that I've dedicated to the people of Iran. That one is more about Israel and Iran together. There's supposed to be another scheduled negotiation for next week, as of what Tusi reported. You've had to go with it? So you're familiar with it. It's actually fun. And I enjoy writing the lyrics. I have like 60 songs. What the hell is that? That's not my songs. Like, I'll play two more. I have Persian versions, but I'm not going to play those. Here's one. Dawn of Freedom.
The day will soon come for the red nation. Freedom on the horizon. Follow the regime. Final battle soon approaches. Waiting for eternal help. Brave sacrifices made. The revolution will be won. Evil forces will be defeated. Justice will be served. Voices declare community. Death to the the end, providing help and assistance after freedom has now begun. President Trump leads the way, changing the balance of power, destroying the evil oppression, was aiming at higher The sun now rises, a lion and sword in its glory. Transitions to a new republic, a new chapter in our story. Radiant, proud and free, cheering giant sound. Long live the king! Iran is now free. Long live the king! Rise up the lion and sun. Down with the oppressors. Evil has been undone. Remembering those who sacrificed, the memory will not be forgotten. Celebrations in our country. The king has now people rise with courage, fighting against an evil regime, sacrificing their lives. Freedom is their dream. Using rocks and stones against armed forces, setting fire to Islamic institutions. Information through limited sources. Propaganda on state TV, misinformation widely shared, denial of their public massacre, only lies fill the air. Mainstream media empty with silence, lack of true information. Voices reach the Iranian people, the future leader of their nation. This is the final battle. Pahlavi will return. Death to the dictator. Long live the Shah. Don't be afraid, we're all in this together. Death to Khomeini. Our king will soon return. Our king will soon return. President Trump stands ready, help is on the way.
So there goes the drone again, turning the transponder off. It's been doing that a couple of times now. But again, as we know, and it's been discussed numerous times, how much activity with these C-17 super galaxies, you name it. I mean, it's just constant. It is constant. Coming in, going out. I mean, right here, there's 2 coming in, there's 2 going out, there's more on the way. It's unbelievable, the amount of movement. This super galaxy is heading back. There's, I don't know if that's a C-17 coming in. It is. I don't know what they're doing. The Pegasus tankers. There's 3 of them. There's actually 4 of them. It's just a lot going on. Oh, that's a Canadian. But that's a tanker. And it left. So is this one on the way? I mean, my gosh, how much is going on? Wow, that's leaving from another tanker. From the same place. Going in different directions. Almost the same place. So there's a lot going on. Right? Synthosonic, right? I mean, I know people are frustrated, like pulling their hair out over everything that's going on, but this takes time. And the amount they've done in just a few weeks is remarkable. Logistically, this is incredible. The coordination and, you know, other countries also providing logistical, including the Italians, definitely the UK, Germany. I mean, you'll see it. You'll see them all contributing. And like I've been saying for weeks, the number one ally in the region, Jordan. There's so much in Jordan. So much. This is a buildup I've never seen in my lifetime. Not even going back. Like I said, I was a teenager when that went down. Exactly, Synthosonic. Absolutely, totally agree 100% with what you just put. 100%. Especially on a scale on this size. I mean, and I don't know if, like I said, I spoke to a friend, and I hate to say it, but he's my source, one of them. It's not Commander Cobra, but another one who made some calls, and he said the Roosevelt, the carrier, is on the way. I cannot confirm that. This is what a friend told me. Exactly. Synthosonic. I'll just say Sonic. Is that okay? Exactly. Like I said, I remember I was hanging out in my house with my friends. We were teenagers. And that's when they weren't that old yet. CNN. And Bernard Shaw covering it, what was going on in Baghdad. The trace of fire. If people that are old enough remember that. We were just hanging out. We were playing cards. And I had this big marble oval table and we're all sitting around there. I had the TV on. And we seen it come on. Breaking news. I was like, what the? Because we kind of, you know, there was a lot of indication that something was about to go down. And to see that, hello, I'll just say Channel 1. It was unbelievable. This, due to the digital age, social media age, can you imagine the things that are going to be accessible, but then again, you got to be careful of propaganda, fake, AI, etc. You was 9 in during Desert Storm? You've always had an unhealthy obsession with the military? Oh my God. So, yeah. I mean, I was a teenager. Like I said, I was hanging out with friends. And that was unbelievable to see that. Can you only imagine now? It's going to be overwhelming. Overwhelming. And it's almost going to be chaotic. I think things are going to get quite chaotic in Iran. I know that they talk the talk, bring it, all that. We've got these beautiful missiles, all that. Well, for their sake, Becky says, I remember watching the news every night my brother was sent over. Wow, you were in high school. So you remember, some of you remember when that went down. I don't know about this coming weekend. And somebody made an interesting comment. Do you guys think they wait for after the Olympics are over? Is that even a concern that the Olympics are going on? And meanwhile, what's up, Mike? I agree with you. I agree with you, Sonic. I agree. This ain't gonna be no limited strike. You don't put all this there for a limited strike. It's the proverbial shit hits the fan thing. In my opinion, this is gonna be, if it happens, I don't think it's an if, it's when. Honestly, I don't think it's an if, it's a when. And I don't even think tomorrow is necessarily with Netanyahu and the president going over specifics as far as what are you talking about. I think this is a plan. I think they're going over the game plan moving forward together, face to face. That's what I think it has to do with more. Because the president earlier, the president earlier today said that they also have to give up their ballistic missile programs. That's not negotiable if you're from the Iran point of view. That's not negotiable. So I have a feeling there is no deal to be had. I never thought there was to begin with. I think it's just postponing and delaying, and it's a posture. I think they're going to go over final details of how to move forward. That's what I think. Yes, Snoopy, I agree. Yes. I agree. This is going to be overwhelming. And I don't think they realize what's coming toward them. I really think, even though they say, oh, we got these missiles and 300 a month, and we've got this ICBM and this one. And you don't think, we see this aerial satellite imagery. You don't think we know where these things are? You won't be able to light.
Excuse me for a second. Tycho's food is there. Give it to him. And don't have no attitudes.
Where's the food? Smells
Right
burning.
here. It's not burning. I just cooked them.
Here, take the plate. Take the plate. Okay. See you later. Anyway. They'll be lucky if they can run into a bunker or a hole as they scatter in absolute panic and chaos. You got to remember, there's going to be a lot. There's going to be a lot involved here. Cyber, other toys that we may not be aware of. it's gonna be like if you ever seen a movie where everything just goes radar systems, you name it. They have, I mean, I don't understand it, but they're about to find out the hard way. I guess it has to come to that, right? Come down, it's gonna have to come down to that. It's the only way. Bigger than anyone has ever seen. I agree. And you know what? And I'm not getting into the politics. This is not Clinton. This is not Bush. This is not Obama. This is not Biden. You really want to call this man's bluff? Are you mad? Are you insane? I mean, really? They are like, I don't know. Is it rational? I don't know. But they're about to find out. I guess we're all about to find out. And I think it's going to happen now. I keep saying this. Within 2 weeks. I'm not sure about this weekend. Might be next weekend. I'm not sure. I'm not even sure at all when it's going to happen. The thing is, there's a lot of things at play here. What does Israel do? What does Netanyahu do? What does Iran do if they think they're going to get attacked? Do they preemptively strike? Launch everything toward Israel? It's anyone's guess. Anyone's guess. And like I said, we're just going to have to just see how this all plays out. Exactly. 2 minutes, 2 weeks, nobody knows. We can speculate. That's all we can do. I guess the president and those close in the administration, and I think Israel will definitely also know. And definitely the allies in the region. And I'm not talking about Saudi Arabia, Qatar. I'm thinking more Jordan, the UK. Definitely not Turkey. I ain't trusting Turkey with no information. Because they'll go right back and run to Iran. Oh shit. Breaking news. For here. Person detained for questioning a Nancy Guthrie abduction, I mean. Just breaking news. Anyway. Yeah, I agree with Tusi as well. I agree with the vast majority of what Tusi discusses. It is a 4D chess. Absolutely. Cavs, definitely. Yes, absolutely. I think the vast majority of us would agree on that. Of course, you're going to have people that have a different opinion. That's fine. But I think the vast majority would agree with a lot of what you're saying in chat right now. All of you. Yeah, Turkey. No. I think the same as Tusi personally. End of the week. Start of next week. Remember, it's a 3-day holiday weekend here in the United States. President's Day is Monday. That's a holiday. Never know. So who knows at this point? But do you honestly think negotiations are going to be going on and on and on and on? I don't think so. I do want to check that because Tusi mentioned it. Let me see if there's anything. Look what this was. hours ago, and this is probably something you already heard. Iran's National Security Council chief on Netanyahu's visit to USA. Quote, Americans must think wisely and not allow him to interfere or impose his demands in negotiations between Iran and the United States, which could have disastrous consequences. Oh, go F off. Okay. This is the president. Quote, we took out their nuclear power last time. We have to see if we take out more this time. It needs to be a good deal. No nuclear, no missiles. Let's see. Want to hear it? I'll put it on the screen. That's my music. Let's get my music out of there. It's on Amazon Music.
I think they want to make a deal. I think they'd be foolish if they didn't. We took out their nuclear power last time, and we'll have to see if we take out more this time.
Do you think a deal with Iran, with this current regime, would ever really stick?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I know one thing. They want to make a deal. They wouldn't talk to anybody else, but they're talking to me. But, you know, it's a good question. A lot of people say no. And I would say that I'd rather make a deal. It's got to be a good deal. No nuclear weapons, no missiles, no this, no that, all the different things that you want. But some people worry that they've been very dishonest with us over the years, right? Very dishonest. Obama and Biden, what they did in terms of creating a monster with Iran was terrible. That Iran nuclear deal was one of the dumbest deals I've ever seen. So I think they want to make a deal. I think they'd be foolish.
So that's what the president said. They are definitely stalling for time. Definitely. He knows better. He knows better. It's like he talks about a deal that Obama made, the nuclear deal. So you're trying to do another nuclear deal with them, but it's pretty much a demand. Zero enrichment. You got to hand over your enriched uranium. It's definitely it has a lot more bite to it. They're not going to agree to it. And he knows this. The missiles, not negotiable. And I always say this to be objective. If you were in Iran's position and you know that the missile program is the deterrent, why would you give that up? As a sovereign country, just based on being objective, why would you give up your missile program? That's not going to be on the table for them. So it's no deal. There's nothing to see there. It's like somebody said, and I've been saying it. This is a delay tactic. Stalling for time. Not for Iran. For us. Exactly. No deal. There's no deal to be made here. Yeah, that's true too. They've been saying there's no way. We got to be able to produce uranium for civilian use, science, power, etc. Zero? Never. Never. They're not going to agree to that. And forget about the missiles or proxy money or the resistance money. Forget about that. It's not on the table. Exactly. The president knows the deal. I don't know. I know. And this is so similar prior to, you guessed it, what is it? Midnight Hammer? This is almost like the same thing that was going on before that. And even before Venezuela. Yeah, we're talking to Maduro. We're trying to work something out. And what happened? I'm not comparing Venezuela to Iran, obviously. That's completely different. But we've heard this before. Absolutely. Excuse me. It's not happening. Meanwhile, more stuff gets sent into their area Another carrier strike group is on the way. I mean, come on. I think I mean, if I was a betting person, I'd probably put a lot of money on something's going to happen. It's just a when. I would give one, not even, I have to just to say, because I don't like to be absolute, 1% that a deal is made. And even if a deal is made on nuclear, it doesn't count the missile program. They could still go in and try to take out their missile program and everything else. That has nothing to do with nuclear. Okay, we have a nuclear deal. Doesn't matter. They can still go after the missiles. Even with the 1% that I just have to put out there because I don't want to be absolute. 100%. But it's damn close. In my opinion. No deal. So like it's all the 4D chess. It's all it is. It's all it is. Yes. Yes. Exactly, Snoopy. Exactly. Exactly. It's not going to happen. So then we just got to all sit back and wait and see how this develops. It's called Pixax Mountain that has a nuclear facility plant. And the Russians have been evacuating their people out of Bushehr. You've seen those flights on flight radar. They're coming in, they're taking off, and they're evacuating their people. And that could be, I'm not saying, again, I'm totally speculating. The drone is back up again. He might have told Putin, not directly, his plans, but, there is an option I may have to use, military. It may be wise for you to get your people out of there in case I use that option. Get your people out of there just in case. That's all he has to say. In so many words. Not telling him that he's going to do it, but I think if you can, if the safety of your citizens, your engineers, scientists, whatever's there, might be a good idea to get them out. He might have done that. Real close when J.D. Vance is doing the rounds. Yeah, he was in Armenia. I think that was today. So, because they want to have logistical to the north. It's almost like they're surrounding Iran. India, Afghanistan, Pakistan ain't having none of it. So you're not coming from the east. But if you can get as many areas as you can surrounding, strategically, that makes total sense. Coming from the south, coming from the Med from the east, and coming even from the north. You hit them from as many sides as you can. Exactly, Sonic. Exactly. It's strategically smart. And actually, we've seen a couple of going into that area, but they turned their transponders off. But there was a C-17 going this way, then it's gone. It makes sense. It all adds up. It really does. And like I said, if you ever watch, and don't watch it actually, the Indian media, it is so clickbait on Tuba View, because I'm on TikTok. He took us out of the Iran prevented. That's debatable, Motown, but I get your point. I do. But if you're in and You'll know them. First Post, I think there's one is called Post. I think there's one is called. You'll see it. Oh my gosh. And it's pretty old. It's like regurgitated news. They're like catching up. It is so bad. And it comes out of India. And I ain't going to share it on my screen. But I'm sure you guys can figure that out on your own. It is brutal. Brutal. Yes, Becky, Indian media is horrible. Horrible. I tried, I was, because at night when I'm off, I go to see if anybody, because I've already seen Tusi. Goldie and Armin are like live all day. You're right, it's tacky. Yeah, a mole. And I'm not saying that this has nothing to do with you personally, The Tube of You version of Indian media is horrible. Even he agrees. Yes, Mom. But it is like, wow. All right, we'll talk later. Indian media is not horrible, what the stuff on YouTube is. And it is unbearable to watch. Unbearable. But like I said, at night I'll try to see if I see anything that I haven't caught up to. And it ain't easy. Because, like I said, Tusi's number one on my list. Oh, that's a big injury for the Blue Jays. Anthony Santander will miss months due to surgery. Oh, that's a blow for the Blue Jays. I like to see news from around the world, but my man, right? It's really hard to find reliable, I won't say mainstream media, reliable media period. It really is. And to filter out the nonsense and the exaggerations and the clickbaiting and the rage baiting and the propaganda and the fake stuff. It is so hard for many of us, right? I mean, the propaganda is so bad. And I mean, you have to see it from the Iranian side. It is, I would not share it. It is so bad. And I got to be honest, it's actually incredible that Elon allows this to happen. In some cases, because it's just really bad. It's insulting to the max, I have to say. Let me close that door because Mom is yapping. And I got to go in 10 minutes. But I definitely will be on tomorrow morning like at 10 just to cover the Netanyahu President Trump meeting. Who knows what'll come out of that? Okay, I'm just trying to see if there's anything new. We know about the president saying we are considering sending another aircraft carrier and additional forces to the Middle East. You think? Like, really? And they reported this hours ago. Cargo planes are now being spotted heading from Belarus to airports in Iran, likely weapon deliveries. We need to put an end to this. Geopolitically, this changes so much. I mean, the number one priority are the people of Iran. But geopolitically, this changes everything if it were to happen in so many ways. proxies, done. Israel, Iran relations instantly, pretty much instantly, because even Reza Pahlavi has already said that, recognizing the state of Israel, reestablishing relations. That's like almost immediate. China, Russia influence in Iran, over. I mean, they'll still have relations with those countries, but not like it is now. I mean, it changes it so much. The Iran economy, there's going to be global investment, tourism, stores for the consumers. It'll provide jobs. They got to try to rebuild that infrastructure. I mean, the water is a major issue, especially to the north, the water. And I don't know how they can really help them as far as that's concerned, but I'm sure they'll bring engineers and people to come in to try to figure out a way to help the people of Iran with their water issue. It's really bad. I mean, it's... And, you know, right away you hear oil, 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 oil. You know, you're going to hear, and trust me, if you're an American, they're trying, the propaganda arm is trying to get to your, I would say your emotions or, you know. So just be mindful if you're looking at all this social media. They have like an army. They have like an army putting out propaganda. There's an army monitoring social media. I'm talking about, you know, they're not playing Fortnite right now. They're not playing Call of Duty or whatever they do. Minecraft. They're all focused on social media, going into 2C's chat or Goldie or, you know, stirring stuff up. You know what I mean? There's a lot of that going on. Trump is waiting to get everything in place. It's as simple as that. And I can't say it enough. I say it every day. It's nothing that the Iranian people want to hear, but that is the realism of the situation. Because if you're going to do something on this massive scale, you better do it right the first time, because there is no second time. And he's preparing, and the military is informing him, if Mr. President, if you want the high success probability here, you need to wait till we're ready to put this there, that, this, that. And then he'll make a decision. So, like I said in the early times, you know, when this all started going on, you know, not necessarily it wasn't a great idea to say we're locked, loaded, and ready, because we obviously weren't. We obviously were not. So that was a little slip. But he's making sure everything's in place. So this was yesterday. Israeli intelligence estimates that Iran is manufacturing 300 precision ballistic missiles per month. That would amount to 3,600 missiles per year. And you know Netanyahu is going to be driving that point big time. There's so much going on. That drone looks, that can't be right. And I got to leave in a few minutes, so I will be on TikTok later because I'm going to actually game when I come back. That was the plan when I started this stream. Unbelievably, 2 hours later, I never got to it, but I will when I get back. But I'm not going to be back tonight here. And I'm going to get up early tomorrow to cover whatever possible of the meeting between Benjamin Netanyahu and President Trump. Yes, they are. They definitely are, Sonic. They definitely are. This isn't Afghanistan, because they want to throw that out there. This isn't Iraq. because they know how many Americans feel, not think, feel about that. And he ran on no wars, no more wars. It's not our problem. America first. So they're using that in a lot of their propaganda. And of course, Epstein. Whatever they can throw out there, they're throwing out there. But no, that's part of the tactic to dissuade American support for this. Do you understand? Got to be smarter, because that's exactly what they want us to do. Trump, Bibi could be looking at the love feed from that drone. Oh my God, you're right. They could be hanging out in the situation room. Like, look what's going on right now. Look how we're monitoring the situation. Look at what we're doing. You're right. They could be hanging out together right now. You don't know. They could be. You never know. Exactly. PSYOP. I have Battlefield 6. I bought it before it came out, and I haven't even played it hardly. It's ridiculous. Anyway, you lovelies. Just after the Q4 drone. Well, there's one out now. That's that one. I gotta go. That's the one right here. The Triton. But that, it's been out there for a few hours already. Now, I doubt, see the black? You can't believe that. You can't believe that's the location. See, you have the red, because it turns this transponder off, on. When you see this, you can't believe that that's the actual location of it. Because that would be awfully close, wouldn't it? Don't buy into that. But that'll be out by the time it's almost 10 p.m. here. I guarantee by the time I wake up tomorrow, that'll still be out there. That will still be out there doing its thing in the Persian Gulf, Strait of Hormuz, the whole deal. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Like later when I come back, it's so noisy. You see this? And like I said, I won't be back here, but I'm going to be on TikTok. Look how loud that Xbox 360 is. The Xbox X is all the way over there, but it doesn't make noise. That Xbox 360 is crazy loud. Crazy loud. It's actually annoying. But this is what I'm going to do when I get back. And I'll see all of you tomorrow in the morning. I'm sure Tusi will be going live. I am sure that he better, because I eat my breakfast when he comes on, or lunch and dinner. He better come on. And hopefully one day I'll have a Tusi lunch special in Tehran. Anyway, you lovelies, I gotta go. I gotta go out for a minute. It does take time. That's the thing. People have to realize it takes time. Anyway, all of you. It was around Yemen. Okay, so when was that? Is it still around? Or was it? It has to be the same one. Are you talking about last night? Because I seen one going down. I gotta go. What is that? Is that a helicopter? It's an Osprey. Interesting. I wonder if I really don't want to know. I wonder if we have anything in the Red Sea. There goes a C5 heading back, it looks like. Yep. That might have been the one that had problems. No, was that there? Yes. No, that was in Qatar. One had a problem landing. It was in Qatar, I believe. Or it could have been Saudi Arabia. It might have been Saudi Arabia. There was an emergency with a C-5 today. But it landed safely, thank God. It could be medical, it could be anything. Anyway, folks, I gotta go. Like now. All right. Have a great night to all of you. Love to all of you. Be well, be blessed, be safe. See you in the morning. And check out Tusi in the morning. Make sure to pay attention to what goes on in Washington, D.C. tomorrow. If, you're not able to be here or Tusi, Goldie, whatever, make sure to pay attention to it because I think tomorrow's a very important day. Love to all of you. Prayers for everyone.